So good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining us today for the first day of the Fanshawe Care series. So in this 5-day series, which is going to run daily from 9:30 till 10:30, we're just going to be covering some of the topics that we think are really, really important for our international students arriving to have a solid knowledge base of. So with that, we'll get started. Today's just going to be a welcome and sort of arriving to Ontario and London, or a surrounding campus, and sort of what that might look like for you. So as I said earlier, but some of you might not have been in yet, my name is Crystal Boyd, and I work in the international office along with Kayla, who is going to talk to you later. And we are international student transitions and engagement coordinators. Long title. We really just help students with the process of coming to Canada and then helping you to settle once you're here with resources and such. So if you can please remain muted during the presentation, it can get hard to hear everything with background noise. If you are going to post anything in the chat, please make sure it's not of a personal nature, because even the chat will get posted to the link on the YouTube page. So we don't want anything out there that someone doesn't want the world to know. And I will post a copy of the presentation in the chat afterwards. And if you can just please hold our questions as they come up until the Q&A portion, just to help us get through it all. Overview. So some things we're going to cover today. So we're going to cover arriving in Canada and a new students to-do list, a bit about the campuses, London, so a map of the city, some points of interest, question and answer period, and then we will have our Fanshawe Friends portion, which you're all going to be really excited about Fanshawe Friends. So the international student form. So many of you, I hope everybody in this meeting today is aware of what the ISF is, and a majority of you probably have likely done it. So this is a form that you do through our portal, and it's just to let us know of when you intend to travel to Canada. We need a copy of your PR or study permit approval letter uploaded as well, and we are going to be offering a complimentary shuttle service that runs on predetermined times from April 1st till May 1st. And then if you are arriving between those dates, then you would qualify for the shuttle. And so make sure that you are putting the accurate dates and stuff, because that is what we are going to be using if we are helping you book shuttle. So, and make sure this is completed at least 7 days before you plan to travel. And the deadline for that is also April 8th. Every student planning to attend has to complete this form, even if you don't need a shuttle, even if you don't need any assistance, it has to be documented. So make sure if you haven't done that you do go and complete the ISF before April 8th, because it is linked directly to your registration in your program. So arriving, so many of you are going to arrive to our Toronto Pearson Airport. If you're booking a shuttle, which we'll talk about a bit later, it's all going to only be from Toronto Pearson. Some of you may arrive at a different port in Canada. We do see many flights coming into Montreal, and then students take a flight either into London or Toronto. So most of you will likely arrive at some point using the Toronto Pearson Airport. It's pretty easy to navigate. There's lots of signage. And in the emails we send you, we do walk you through getting to where your shuttle would be and all that sort of stuff. So I know it probably feels a little bit scary, right? This is a big undertaking. You are coming to a whole new country, a whole new culture, a whole new experience. So if you are finding you're having issues as you're getting through that process, you can always send us an email, which will also have our email in here, and we can try to help with that process for you. So what to bring with you to Canada. So make sure you are bringing your valid passport, your visa, which should be in the passport, and your study permit approval letter to show that you are approved to be here as a student. You should have your LOA from when you first applied. You want to bring a copy of that. For some countries, it is going to require your proof of funds available for your stay in Canada. So make sure you do have that proof. And then any other documents recommended by, oh, was it a question? Then any other documents, of course. It is also going to be helpful to have a copy of your web advisor receipt, just to show that you have made the payments. And we do have students ask, well, how do I prove I have a health plan? And by being registered, so having the LOA and having made the payment, that's proof enough of a health plan. So your shuttle. So as I talked about, you would have the opportunity for a shuttle. So this is hosted through a third-party company. So we're not able to schedule the shuttles around flights specific, but usually a shuttle is available within 4 to 6 hours of your arrival time. And you would just, when you complete your ISF form, make sure you are checking that, yes, you want a shuttle. Now you have to be arriving between April and May 1st. So the first of each, to qualify for the shuttle. And the email we send you would give you exact direct steps to get to your Robert Q check-in desk and then get on your shuttle. Now, the shuttle brings you directly to the Robert Q office in London, Ontario. And then you would need to then plan the rest of your travels. If you are going to our Woodstock campus, it brings you to a local drop-off point there. And our St. Thomas campus, it's going to bring you to a local point too. So it really just depends as to what campus you're coming to and the timings for that, but we can get you there. And once you have your shuttle confirmation received from us, and it tells you the time of your shuttle and where to pick it up and such, if you need to adjust that booking and it's within that same week, you're actually able to do that yourself by calling Robert Q directly or sending them an email. So that's great as well. So if you are arriving and something happens and your flight gets changed, this allows you to make any changes such as the timings yourself. So it does allow a maximum of 2 pieces of luggage. Anything extra you would pay for yourself. But it's a great service. It's something not many schools are doing anymore. So we are so happy that we're able to continue providing this service for our students. So if you are arriving to our Simcoe campus or arriving into the London International Airport, so then we would have you book your travel with one of our approved providers that we send you an email to, like that lists it all, and then you would choose. Then you would actually book your own transportation from Toronto Pearson to Simcoe or from the London airport to your destination. And you would send us in the receipt and provide proof of having paid. And we have a transportation credit. So this is because we can't really book you, the shuttle doesn't go to Simcoe. So you have to look at a different option, and the shuttle doesn't run within London. So it's just another option there. But once you send us in your ISF, we send you back the necessary next steps. So should not be too concerned as to what airport you are arriving to and stuff, because we will send you. And as I said, majority are coming to Pearson first, and even the ones coming into London are often Pearson and then with a transfer. So, and this is our Fanshawe Cares email. So this is where you would reach anyone from our team, and we can help you with questions about the shuttle or questions about arriving. So if you are arriving with family, so we understand that then requires even more of a specific needs and stuff like that. So we offer the same transportation credit that we offer the other, the Simcoe students. So we would send you a list of our booking partners, and you would just book with one of them. And then you would send us the receipt, and you would get the transportation credit reimbursed as long as everything qualifies for that. So yeah, so that's just a brief overlay. Once again, once you send in your ISF, we send you a specific tailored response based on what you've asked for in your form. So to-do list. So after you arrive in Canada, make sure you check your Fanshawe online email account regularly. This is where you're going to have any communications from the college. from your divisions, your teachers, any of that sort of stuff. So make sure you are using your Fanshawe online email account. And then of course, once classes start, that's where all your course content, everything is going to be is on Fanshawe online. So you are going to use that a lot. Secure your housing and update your local address in WebAdvisor. So once you have a long-term address, even if that's just for one semester, please make sure you update it in your WebAdvisor. So we really do need all students that are in the country to have an updated address on WebAdvisor. If you're having issues with that, you come in and see us in the international office and we can help you with that process. But it's just some ticking of boxes and then inputting your new address. Applying for your social insurance number. So you may get lucky and be one of the students that arrives at the airport when the social insurance numbers are actually being given out. So sometimes as you're processing through, you can actually receive your SIN at the airport. That is usually only during the daytime hours, and it's not always a service option. So if you don't receive it at the airport, we do SIN clinics during the first couple of weeks of school where you can come in and actually get your SIN number on the spot with somebody from Service Canada. And you can also get it at their office. So lots of options, but you do need to have a SIN number to work in Canada. Okay. And you also can't start any sort of work until at least the first day of classes. So make sure that if you do have a job lined up because you have family here or friends, make sure that you're not starting classes prior to the first day of classes. Opening a bank account. So that's going to be a big one so that you have access to your funds. You have your GIC ready for those from countries that require a GIC. And a bank account you might want to take into consideration if you know where you're working, which most students don't, but like close to where you want to live, close to school. There are banks in every neighborhood area pretty much. So you should be able to find a bank within your area. Selecting a mobile plan and purchasing a phone or a Canadian SIM. So a lot of students are surprised by the sticker shock of the cost of phones here. So if you don't need a new phone, it is probably going to be easier to do the Canadian SIM and a lot less expensive. Okay, because our phones here are quite expensive for a new phone. Visit the Fanshawe bookstore to retrieve your book list. So this is going to be the books that you are going to need for your course. Review your academic calendar and key dates. So this is just going to be all of the dates that sort of stand out for your semester. So this will be things like your exam week, some key dates like that. So it's just good to have so that you know exactly what your summer term is going to look like. And many of you have likely already uploaded your photo and then you can pick up your fan card. So you just go to the fan card website. There's links there to upload a photo, which you guys are so lucky that you get to do that. Back when I was a student, we had to go and take a picture and they were never like the greatest shot. So it's really great that you get to choose your picture for your fan card. And then you can pick that up. Make sure that if you are going to the office to pick it up, that one, you have ID with you or photo proof of it, and that you have received the confirmation email from them that is ready for pickup. So welcome to Fanshawe. So this is an aerial view of the Oxford Street campus. So the campus keeps growing. There's more and more buildings. And as a Fanshawe student, you do get a city bus pass. So the buses are easy to use and they will bring you directly onto campus. And this is if you're at the Oxford campus. This is sort of a one-level view of the college layout. So we are located here in E building. So if you need us for anything, please come by and see us. And the buses will actually bring you in. They will either bring you in through like the main entrance here, and there's bus drop-offs here, or through the Oxford Street entrance here. So that's sort of the two main areas that the buses will bring you in. So these are some of our other campuses within London. So this is our Fanshawe College downtown. It's two buildings right across from each other. And some of our food and beverage courses are all out of these buildings, some of the IT courses. And then over here, we do have our South Campus. And this campus is located in a great area. It is there's about 1,500 students. And this campus is really exclusively international students because it's programs that are for international students. So you could be at our Oxford campus, you could be at the South campus, or you could be at one of our downtown campuses. As long as you're within the City of London, you do get the bus pass. If you're at one of our regional campuses, so these are sort of our more smaller community locations. I personally love them all. I think they're all great. We have Simcoe, we have our St. Thomas campus and our Woodstock campus. And if you're in those areas, then there is not a bus service within the city the same way as there is within London. So that's not something you need to worry about if you're at those campuses. One of the greatest perks, I think, of a small campus is that you do really get to know your classmates, your instructors, and the services within your campus. Now, almost any service we have at Oxford campus, as far as like counseling, student life, and immigration advisors, career services, will all have some sort of a schedule to come out to these campuses throughout the term as well. Okay. So this is just some campus links, and I will send this to you guys in the chat after we're all set here. And these links can just help you to kind of navigate the service areas. We do have quite a large amount of services and supports for students, so that's great. And throughout this week, you are going to hear from our counseling and accessibility services team. You'll hear from our Fanshawe online team. You'll learn about your More Care plan, which is your health plan. And then we're also going to have someone on to talk to us about housing, how to find it, and how to make sure that you are living somewhere safe and stuff. So this gives you sort of an overall view of a lot. And then this week, we are going to cover a few really detailed topics. So getting to know London. So London is a great city. There's lots to do here. This picture is actually an aerial view sort of over Harris Park downtown and showing you our downtown landscapes. We do have a lot of green space, which is really nice. A lot of parks, a lot of places for hiking and that sort of stuff. But then we also have a lot of places. We have a few malls. We have live shows and plays, sort of all kinds of options here. So lots to do. You won't necessarily be bored unless you choose to be. Getting started. So we do recommend using Google Maps to sort of figure out the areas you're in. It's interactive. It can show you a lot about an area. There's also links to all sorts of different things within the neighborhoods. So make sure you are exploring your community. Check out your local neighborhood. So sort of what area are you in? Make note of the landmarks. So things like your grocery stores, banks, shopping malls, theaters, all of that sort of stuff. And then it's also great because you can use Google Maps to look up like the best way to get to campus from there, or the best way to get to your after school job type thing. So just a great way to kind of navigate your surroundings. If you're in London, so we do have our transit system through the London Transit Commission, so the LTC. And all students at the London campus, you do get a bus pass within your fees. So your fan card is actually your bus pass. So you'll just tap it on the bus and you are allowed to ride any time of day, anywhere. Doesn't have to be coming to and from school. And our buses run daily, I think, until midnight. So you should be able to pretty much get a bus at most times. And they service almost every area of London. There is some other options like rideshare and different things. Biking, we do have special like bike hookup places to hook up your locks and stuff. Make sure if you are planning to get your license here, that you are going through the exchange your license process and any testing and stuff that's required here. Vehicles here are pretty expensive. So it's not going to be likely the same as it is at home. So you might want to be looking at other options such as the bus, biking, walking, and that sort of stuff. Now, right now, we would not recommend attempting to bike. We actually have fresh snow and ice out there. So depending on the seasons as well, because we do have 4 very different seasons, and biking might be really difficult during the winter ones, which is what we're in right now. But it's sunny, so we'll take it. So having fun within the forest city. So that is what London is often referred to. And that's just because we are surrounded by large, beautiful forest areas and hiking trails. We do have lots of parks, which during the summer and stuff offer all kinds of events and festivals. They also offer winter things, like right now, Springbank Park has ice skating and Victoria Park does too. Budweiser Garden, so that's sort of our main music concert event location for big ones. Museums, we have like escape rooms, a factory, we have like jump places, lots of mini fun, like lots of fun things to do. There is ways to get out and have lots to do here. And Labatt Park is actually the oldest baseball diamond in North America. So that was the first one, and that's here in London. And we do have a London Majors team that plays out of that park. So that's fun as well. Yeah, so lots and lots to do. Get out and explore. You can use FSU's resources, which is your Fanshawe Student Union, or Tourism London's video link, lots of options. So just some apps we think that you might want to know about. So we do have the LTC bus app. This is going to help you, of course, if you're taking the bus. The Stay Safe app. So this is an on-campus college security app. It's going to help that if you are studying alone on campus in the evenings and stuff, you can let them know where you are. It's going to send you any sort of updates, like really bad weather, is the college closed for any reason, sort of anything like that is going to be used within the Stay Safe app. Queue list. So this is a virtual line system. So if you're coming into the international office or any office, you'll have to get into the queue. And then you'll be called from there. So that is something you will most likely need if you plan on coming to any of the service areas. And then WhatsApp, I'm certain you all have WhatsApp. Lots of our students still use WhatsApp to communicate. And a lot of the service areas within our office can also use WhatsApp to communicate with you as well. So we'll get to the question and answer portion. I do see that the chat looks like it lit up a lot. I'm hoping that Kayla maybe was in there doing some answering, but if not, I will try to get to that now. So let's see where we are. Oh, a lot of hellos and good nights from everywhere in the world. So that's good.
I have one question. So I don't know if it's the right form to ask,
Okay.
but I'll go ahead. So basically the thing is, I just wanted to ask that if we can change a course at any point of time, like before starting the
Yes.
course.
So unfortunately,
Hmm.
every program is full. So in order to change a class, there would have to be a
So
spot that opens, and that does
so
not
let's
really
say
happen.
if there is any spot, like at the last moment, any student like doesn't continue, then what about that?
Yeah, so it doesn't happen very often because students can't
Okay.
change courses until after you attend your program or orientation.
Hmm.
And then even after that, it's only if the program is open. So we don't really see a lot of program changes happen that way. One option would be to stay with your program for at least one semester. And then once you've already started, ask to switch programs potentially. But it does
Okay.
become really tricky because most of our programs are full for the next couple semesters.
Right, I understand. And also one thing, since I haven't received my stamping yet, so would you recommend I fill the ICF form after that?
Yes, so you can't fill out the ISF form without uploading some sort of a PPR or point of entry letter, something like that. So if you don't have
Okay.
your documents yet, do not complete the ISF.
Okay, so are we meant to pay for our second tuition fee within the first month of resumption?
Do you mean like a second program or a second semester?
No, the second semester.
Yeah, so the fees will come due usually about 6 to 8 weeks prior to the start of the term.
Okay,
But you'll receive notice of that on your Fanshawe online on email, and then you'll also see it on your web advisor.
okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So it's my turn now. Can I go?
Yes, yeah.
I have one
Yeah, so I
question,
wanted to
ma'am.
ask, in when I filled my ISF form and I requested for the shuttle service,
Yeah.
I was told that according to the arrangement, I would be due to board by 9 p.m. and I'm supposed to arrive by 4 p.m. So that's like a 5-hour wait time. I wanted to ask if it's possible for me to sort of reschedule the shuttle service and like move it up a bit because
Yeah,
I'm a
so it
newcomer, so
actually
I don't think
takes
that.
on average, our students 4 to 6 hours to get through customs and get your luggage. So we always book the shuttle for at least 4 hours from when you arrive. So the 9 o'clock shuttle is probably the next shuttle after you arrive that we think you may get onto. Now, if you arrive and you're whisked through customs and you're ready to go, you can report to the Robert Q desk. And if they have room, they'll put you on an earlier shuttle.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Thank you. Then
Hi there.
I have one question. Like I have booked my flight on 13th April.
Mhm.
And like, is it possible? Like, I'm gonna stay there for 2 days, and then I'm gonna come back to London. So, like, if I book my shuttle service after the 2 days, will I be able to come on the shuttle service if possible?
So you do have to take the shuttle directly from Pearson Airport upon arrival. But as I said, so if you plan to do that and then something changes, you can always communicate with Robert Q to move shuttles around, but we can only book it for you for directly after you arrive.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. And sorry, one more question: is
Mhm.
downtown campus and like Fanshawe main campus are both same?
No, so our downtown campus is located in the heart of London, and that's where a lot of our food and beverage students are. But it is a quick bus ride to the Oxford/main campus.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a nice day.
You're welcome. You too.
I'm Christian. So
Christian.
I have already fulfilled or filled the international student form, and they asked about the shuttle service if I would like it, and I said yes. But I want to know if it's confirmed. How would I know that if it's confirmed, or should I wait for an email, or what can I do, please?
Yeah, so once we receive your ISF, we actually process the form. It's actually our team that looks after that. So usually it's me that sees your forms. And then it gets added to a large spreadsheet. And if you have a booking, then we do your booking and then you hear from us. If you don't have a booking, then you also hear from us. So just be patient and wait to hear from us. Sometimes it can take up to 4 or 5 business days just because of the sheer number of forms we receive.
Oh,
Ma'am,
okay,
please,
thank
it's
you.
now my turn. When we will receive an email of our classes schedule.
So Kayla answered that, and she said after April 2nd, schedules will start to appear. The schedules are put on by your division, and the schedules get added when they have your courses sorted. So that could be anytime after the 2nd of April, and you have to have completed your ISF form to receive a schedule. You are not
Yeah, ma'am,
considered
I have
completely
already completed
registered.
it.
Pardon me?
I have already completed it, ma'am.
Okay, so then just wait until you get the email saying that your schedule is available.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. I registered for
Hi,
a
ma'am.
few of the Prepare to Learn workshops that are meant to start March 26th. And in order to access the materials, I apparently need a Fanshawe email. I was
Yeah.
wondering when I would get the official Fanshawe email so I could access the materials for the workshop starting next week.
Yeah, so you should have received that when you first applied. So if you go back and check your emails, you should have a Fanshawe online email address. If you don't have access to that, you can reach out to our help desk team and they should be able to give you your access. Okay, or follow up with your recruiter if you used an agent to give you your username, okay? Because that should have been sent right after you applied. But great job on signing up to do the workshops.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay,
Hi, ma'am.
Karen is the next person who has their hand raised.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to ask a question about co-op programs. My course is multi-power technician, which is not co-op, but I want to change in co-op. May I change my course in co-op?
So you want to add a co-op where you didn't have a co-op
Yes, ma'am.
potentially?
Yes, ma'am. I want to add co-op.
Yeah, so you could definitely see if that's an option once you arrive, because that's not actually a program change.
No, ma'am, I do not want to
That's just
change my
adding like a
program.
co-op on it. Yeah. So if you talk to one of our
Yes, ma'am.
student life and immigration advisors, once you're here, they may be able to add that on to your second semester, like to add the co-op stream on. Okay,
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
no problem. Gurmeet,
Yeah, hello, ma'am.
hi.
Hi, actually, I wanted to ask, there's a class schedule that's updated on my web advisor. So do I need to register for the courses that I'm going to take in the semester, or is it okay?
No, actually, so the college will give you your timetable and it will likely
Okay.
have all of your classes on that. The only time you might need to add something would be if you needed to add a general education elective, but the
Okay.
college would let you know to add that. Okay.
All right.
So
Okay.
they build your timetable.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're
Have a good day.
welcome. Riz?
Hello, can you hear
Hi.
me?
I can, yes.
Hi, Crystal. Yeah, so I
Hi.
have a question. Are you able to share how far Robert Q from the main campus? If my residence application is approved, I plan to be dropped off at the campus.
Yeah, so then Robert Q would take you to their office, which is on Warncliffe Street here in London. And it's probably about a 15-minute ride to Fanshawe College from Robert Q. So residence is either on campus or directly across the street from us. So it's pretty close by. And I would expect that the cost is probably about $40
Oh, okay. That's
to
great.
get from Robert
And
Q to residence.
okay, so is it also possible to give a heads up to the driver at the time I arrive in regards to our preferred drop-off location? Do you think that would
Absolutely.
be
Yeah.
possible?
Yes.
Okay.
And they can actually call ahead for you to have someone waiting to take you. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. And so we are running out of time here. Yes, if there's questions after this session. So if you are still left with questions, please send us an email. I'm going to type it in the comments here to fanshawecares@fanshawec.ca. And we will do our best to get you an answer. If it's around the attestation letters, we don't have an answer yet. It's not our team that looks after those. So we cannot give you any sort of answer about the attestation letters. Please wait to hear from the other areas of our office that look after that. But yes, if you have questions about your schedule, about arriving, about the shuttles, any of that stuff, please send us an email. Now, I will be back tomorrow, and tomorrow we will actually have staff from our More Care division here with us, and they're going to talk to you about your health plan, sort of how to use it and what's included and stuff. So join us back tomorrow, and I apologize that we had some technical issues today. It is the first day curse. But we're looking forward to seeing you all back. I'd love to answer as many questions as I could, but I feel like we could probably be here all day doing that. But so please send us an email, and I will also here get that slide into here. So I'm going to add the presentation from today, if it lets me. Okay. Okay, so you should have the presentation. It's just loading right now, and I'm going to send it off to you. So I'll give you a minute so that that loads, and then you have access to that. And if it doesn't load, if you're on an iPhone or a phone, you may not be able to download the presentation. So then you can send us an email to fanshawecares@fanshawec.ca, and we can send it out to you that way. But we are looking forward to the next 5 days of series. It is going to cover a lot of ground and stuff. And for the other days, I will likely be more active in the chats, as we'll have a guest speaker for each of those. So looking forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. Thank you for joining us, and have a good rest of your day or evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care. I'll see you
Thank you,
tomorrow.
Crystal.
Have a great
Thank you,
day.
ma'am. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a nice day, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
You
nice day,
too.
ma'am.